what do you need to be mindful of or aware of as a leader, and how it is that you're interacting with your team members individually or collectively to ensure that you're giving each of your team members what they need tied back to their trust language?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the one thing that I would say to is trust is a two-way street. I often think that people show up with a certain title and think people should automatically trust them, right? So let's debunk that, right away. And trust has to be reset each and every second of the day. But what I will say is, if you are a manager and you're leading a team, obviously everybody wants different things. Some people want the acknowledgement. Some people just want to be left alone. That's a language too, right? They want the autonomy. But what we can do, and I write about this in Talk to Me Nice, is one language that I would encourage everybody to be fluent in is the language of sensitivity, right? And that's understanding the needs of your employees. So, for example, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't watch the news anymore. I don't read the papers." Right? Or because I don't want to be engaged with what's going on. I get that for many different reasons, but also as a culturally competent leader, you also have to stay sensitive to what's happening around the world so that we're not making statements in a meeting, or we're using jokes, or we're using certain definitions that or language that's not appropriate for that particular meeting, right? So, for example, if I see that there's a certain community that, let's take Texas here in the United States. Recently, Texas was experiencing severe flooding, right? If I know that somebody on my team, maybe everybody doesn't live in Texas, right? But that doesn't mean that something's not going on in everybody's world. I'm going to be a little bit more sensitive to the moment, right? I might not make a joke about flooding, or I might not have the performance review for everybody today, even though it's only impacting maybe one person, right? I'm being sensitive to the dynamics of the team, right? Or when someone does say something, how do I handle that in the moment? Do I say something right then and there, or do I do nothing? And then that signals to the team that it's okay to use that type of language in a group. And so I give a lot of scripts inside of the book so that people can understand when certain things arise, we don't have to freeze, right? Because that's like the go-to for many of us. And then next thing you know, trust is back on the basement floor. But there's a way in which we can remember that people are human first and employee second. And what I'm asking people to consider is to remember that humanity is important in the workplace. And we're not going to get to any future of work without trust as the catalyst.